Okay, hello. It is me. I am right here, I think. One small issue. I think the what's going on with the ping? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, of all the times. Let's see. Can this calm down? Or did my Wi-Fi just decide to crash at the very moment I went live? That would be awesome. Well, it's not like I can really check it. Anyone there? I would appreciate, I suppose, a report on the state of this thing. However, I have no idea if it's working or not. Which you could say is a fault, but no, that's just how it is. Hello. I wonder if there's a delay. The state is functional. That's good. Not clue. I don't really have a clue what functional means, but I'll take it over anything else, such as non-functional. I am seeing a massive drop in the signal strength, I do have to say. So that's not good. See, though the Wi-Fi was perfectly fine, just earlier. Perhaps this might prove to be too much of a burden, but you know. Let me just check this. See, it's already scuffed. I assumed it would be. But, hey, what can I do? Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome anyone who's here. My feet are like peeping out, but I don't think they are on the stream. So at least there's that. Well, you know, I'm following in the footsteps of my greatest inspirations, such as the glorious director, Kim Ji-hoon himself. That's how I cope with the information that this is gonna suck. I'm like really trying to wait for a bit for this to calm down. No, it can definitely be worse. It can absolutely be worse. And that's because I'm doing it, and things always go poorly. Of course, my my model is going to come in at like 20 frames per second at most, probably less. I assume like 6. Hold on, let me see one more time. If I can do something about this. But genuinely, oh, I turned my Wi-Fi off. Okay. I accidentally turned my Wi-Fi off. Are we still here? Is anyone still here, or did I fuck this up already? Oh god, this is genuinely... I'm crying. I am terrified. This is going to go horribly. Yellow? Can anyone hear me? Or did the stream end? Please tell me that didn't happen. I'm currently at about 10,000 dropped frames. Okay, well, I guess we'll just go without Wi-Fi. We don't need that, right? We don't need it at all. See. Let's see here. We're gonna add this. And you see, there's another amazing thing that I managed to do. Oh, my feet are there. Hello. My feet are, I think, popping up, and there's the first new grand feature. But before that, do you guys want some lore? I hear VTubers, you know, they're big on the whole lore thing. I can definitely provide some lore. Just let me know if you want some amazing, spectacular lore from yours truly. Otherwise, we can move on to showing you more than the tips of my feet. You know, I'm just spicing things up. Am I going to have a concert? A concert would be, you know, potentially I can do that. I'm just not liable for the damages to anyone. Like, if you go there, you already know. You already know that you're gonna suffer. Okay, as you can tell, I'm a little bit nervous, but we can do the lore. Okay, let me just make something up. Okay. Check this out. Peep this one, right? A long time ago, there was a lonely child, and ignore the feet. A long time ago, there was a lonely child. Its world grew so cold that it died. The end. Now that child stands before you, yet again, scorning God for his terrible decisions. That's it. There you go. That's good, right? VTubers like that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's move on to the model. Let's not bait any longer. So as you can see, we have feet, which is pretty good. This is little known fact about the old model. It like didn't have feet, at least not properly. So this is a big upgrade. Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes on this thing. What are those? Like, genuinely, what is that? Jesus. Thank you. I know I put a lot of effort into the lore, but you can see the pants. We have pants. I don't think anyone's ever seen Uyuu pants before, so that's also big. Tell me, they are moving. Tell me at how many frames they are moving. Because it could be like 5, but you know. We'll just scroll down and look at that. There is a hand, which is pretty wonderful. Little known fact about the old Uyuu model. It didn't have proper hands. It had like Lego claws, if you want to call it that. I don't think it counts though. So there you go. I'm going to now reveal the belts, which are nonsensical, but they carry over from the old model. You can see them right here. Got some belts. Pretty awesome. And more importantly, here's the good old suit. I got rid yeah, I got rid of the weird, like, there was a skirt kind of thing. I have no idea what it was, honestly. I just kind of drew it impulsively. And before we go on to the face, I do have to say one little thing. I set up a lot of things for this. One thing I clearly didn't set up properly because I was doing testing while you were waiting. I didn't set up my lighting properly at all. And as it turns out, I underestimated just how sensitive that thing is when you're trying to record things with your camera. So, right before I show you the face, I do have to say, I do have to warn, the capture is going to suck. Because that's just how it is. You know, that's kind of how it is. You can see the mouth does not move. Why is that? You might be, well, it kind of does. You might be asking, why is that? Because the camera is properly not picking it up. But here I am. I can blink. Hold up, let me try. Yeah, like it opens if I open my mouth very wide. It takes the eyes fairly well. The mouth, on the other hand, barely works. So, you know. Anyway, you can call me handsome now. I'll appreciate any kind of compliment of the sort. Yeah, the settings could also be an issue, I know that much. I'm just kind of nodding for some reason. But ultimately, all that I can take away from it is that the mouth is gonna suck, and the eye tracking is also going to suck right now. Whoopsie daisy. Anyway, allow me to take my rightful place in the corner. Oh, it's kind of picking it up. I look like never compare me to Damien ever again, or I will end the stream. You will get timed out for 20 minutes, and I will end the stream if that happens again. I'm just warning you. I have nothing in common with that man, and that's how it's going to stay. Oh, my eyes are closed. Okay. Well. So, this is the model I made it. You can tell because the quality is absolute garbage. I don't know. That's all I have to say about it, really. I did steal the hairstyle from someone, but it's not Damien. So please don't say that, I will cry. No, it's okay. I'm just joking, I'm just joshing you, you know, it's alright. But I am also serious. That's the thing with me. Call it bipolar disorder. Okay. So, now that you've seen the model, let me do my arbitrary presentation. I prepared for the presentation because I, in fact, watched a singular Hololive debut, so I know what I'm doing. And that is factual information. Okay. Let's move on. Oh yeah, I have to turn it on, that would be good. Jesus. Hold up. Mic test. Are we live? Guys, how do I go to my desktop on Windows 11? Help. Oh, I'm going to cry. Okay. No, I'm right here. I'm right here. Okay. And it is on the stream. PowerPoint. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Aren't you excited? Here's my PowerPoint. I might get in the way of things with my fat head, but you know. Welcome to... I was clicking on the wrong thing. Uyuu's awesome presentation. Give it up, everybody. Oh, and my 5-day pass has ended. Thank you. Okay, like and subscribe, because the scuffed presentation bit is very new, and I would like your, you know, I would like your appreciation for it. I can do the green lines. However, I don't know how to operate PowerPoint. If I have found that if I do the green line, I cannot move the presentation. And it's just stuck on the slide, so we will not be doing it. Anyway, here's me. As you can see, very handsome. This is the old model right behind me. Isn't that scary? It's kind of like a jump scare. Yeah, let me just spin it. Okay. Whoa, holy shit, that was awesome. I didn't know it could do that. Okay, so this is me, and some of you may not know, I actually have a last name. I made it up. Little known, another little known fact, you know. I'm dropping so many of them. Call me, what's his name? Vadi Vidya, except for Uyuu. And I'm Uyuu, so it's kind of null and void. Yeah. Regardless, it even has a spelling, and my cursor is on the screen, which is awesome, because I can point at things. See, I went to university partially for Japanese, so it should make sense, but it doesn't, probably. It's probably nonsense. Anyway, this is me, Uyuu Tamako, right here, because, you know, you have to be Japanese if you're a VTuber. You can also call me Mr. Virtual Channel, don't do that. I made an emoji thing, what is it, Oshi mark? Because that's important. However, if this is already taken, ignore it. I don't know. I don't watch that many VTubers. I chose the grave because I'm dead, which makes sense, and the checkered flag because it's black and white, and that's all I can say about it because it doesn't go deeper. Now, I do have nicknames from high school. A lot of the time, the teachers would call me dumbass, and my classmates would call me, please get away from me. Also, there was like a genuine in-joke that for some reason I would become a war criminal in the future. So my like Project Moon journey, I think, started there. People genuinely thought I would take over the country and like be a war criminal, wage war. That was weird. Anyway, I'm old. As you can see, I'm very old, dusty and decrepit. It could be anything between the age of like 5 and 11 at this point, right? Because people on the internet, they get old. You know, I see people who are like 17 be like, I'm old. Oh, it sucks. And it makes me want to cry. Man, a lot of things make me want to cry. I'm also very tall, and that's why I'm not afraid of anything. you know? Genuinely, like, I'm about very tall, and because of that, I don't have any fear. It's that easy. You know. Anyway. My birthday is today, which is why I'm going to thank you in the chat for telling me happy birthday, because you're the only people to do so, and I appreciate it very much. I scheduled this live stream specifically for that, because it's like a rebirth, you know? Was I successful as a war criminal? I don't know, I never tried it, but I think I would be a very, very prolific one if I did. I'm just saying, like, I think I would break some records, you know? Here and there. I live close enough to the Balkans to, you know, do be a bit of trolling, a bit of tomfoolery. Oh, come on, it's not sad. You know, I have you guys, you know? I have you guys. I can rely on you. You know, I'm parasocial, it's good. If you're parasocial, every problem is solved. Let's move on to my languages. So I speak a few. You may notice I speak English. I know, bit of a shocker. Sorry, a bit of a shocker. But yes, I do speak English. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I speak a mysterious European language, which that is a mystery. It's an ARG of sorts. Anyone who finds out will get nothing, but you know, it could maybe lead to some sense of satisfaction. I also speak Korean and Japanese on a vocal stim level, by which I mean that sometimes I say phrases from gacha games. And that's it. And I say them out of compulsion. Like, genuinely, that's all I can say for my language skills. You know, you ever just hit them with a... Who said French? You're really towing the line. Oh yeah. Hi in the chat. Listen, I don't know how to pronounce your name in English, right? But we'll just go with the worst pronunciation possible. So Nadine over there, right? He made the image you saw. Hold up, I can switch to it. This one. So thank you for that, by the way. I have expressed my thanks, but you know, everyone in chat say thank you, Nadine. Very appreciated. But yes, I don't speak French. That would be insulting. As for my occupation, I am now proudly a missing alcoholic father of 3,500 people or so. That's about what I do. Other than that, streaming. Whoa. Okay. Also, I did find out about 2 days ago that apparently Hololive has a guy. And his name is Uyuu. It's with one U, so it's, you know, it's close, not exactly infringing. I assume we both did the same, like, phonetic thing with the language, and that's why we arrived there. But I have no affiliation with that guy. Alright, now we can move on to the next section. Whoa, holy shit, look at that, that's awesome. And I can exposit some things that I like, which are good things, because what I like is good, and things that I don't like, which are bad things, and things that I don't like are all bad. This is objectively true, and you cannot disprove it. My fat head is in the way, by the way. Hold up, let me fix that. I'm just gonna crawl down a little bit. Alright. So, for the things that I enjoy, I quite like myself a good cup of tea. You know, it's relaxing. I always do it whenever I'm working on something. Whenever I'm working on anything that requires my attention, I first have to have a cup of tea, otherwise I go insane, I go crazy, and I commit crimes. I also quite enjoy philosophy, and these are very boring things. These are very boring things. You might be thinking, Uyuu, you are a boring dumbass. And yeah, that's true. But I do like philosophy. I went to university for it. Yes, actually, Bina is my favorite character for non-disclosed reasons in terms of Library of Ruina. However, all these things are purely coincidental. Regardless, I quite enjoy literature. I read a lot, and specifically, I just like tragedy. Probably because there's something wrong with my brain. You know how that goes. It just hits harder, you know? Knowing that other people are also miserable. In literature, that is. I draw sometimes, you may have noticed from the model or something. I like complex music, which is not to say that I'm like pretentious, which I am, but by complex, I just mean I don't like, I guess I just don't like pop music, you know, so I just put complex, because just saying music would be a lie, because most music is pop music, I guess. Regardless, since I like reading, visual novels are on the list. I also enjoy cooking, watching stuff in terms of the animated variety. I'm not much of a movie guy, as I already have too much going on, you know? Movies, not one of them. And I like video games, to an extent. I also hate video games, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Now, for the really rancid things, I have this, it's my 3 Bs, right? The 3 blacks, because I cannot stand beans, I cannot stand beer, and I cannot stand British cooking, which I think is, that coincides with each other. Beans, beer, and bland food are my worst enemies, actually. In terms of books, I'm not a big fan of sci-fi. I just, I just don't really like starships. I don't know. And the isekai genre has been my enemy for as long as I can remember. There's like 2 good shows. Well, good is a strong word, but there's like 2 acceptable shows that I've seen, and the rest has made me wanna and fill in the blanks because we're on YouTube, you know. Also, when I'm looking at a visual novel, right? I'm looking at a visual novel of any sort, or an anime, or a book, and the synopsis starts with the phrase, average high school student, or any variation of, I will not read it. That's just the rules. It's always a bad omen. I'm too old. I'm too old to be reading it. And I like good things. Therefore, I will not be reading it. These are 2 reasons that you need. I also don't really enjoy non-story games, I found out recently, because they just make me feel aimless. And you know what? I hate happy endings. Cannot stand them. When they happen, I'm upset. This is a joke, but only on some level. Anyway, this is my ego trip. Now you know more about me in terms of this stuff. Oh my god, it's a swan? Can swans fly? I don't know. That really took me off guard. Sorry. Watching trash, I can see the appeal of it. Sometimes I put on a good old slop video. Let me move my fat head. There you go. Sometimes I put on a bit of slop to distract from the pain. But yeah, generally I just don't really put myself in the way of watching it. Now the avatar is like not doing anything, but that's okay. It's okay, we expected this. Kim Ji-hoon doesn't have good tracking either. So, let me talk about some of my favorites, because apparently VTubers do that. I don't know why. But, just so you get to know me better, this is my debut. I almost forget about that fact. Okay, so in terms of anime, my favorite show ever does have to be Evangelion. And I know this is kind of a, normie boomer take, but ultimately, I watched that show multiple times, and it changed me as a person, which I think is, that's a big deal. Specifically, I really like Neon Genesis Evangelion up until episode 24, after which you swap out the last 2 episodes for End of Evangelion, the movie, which for some reason they streamed in American theaters, like recently. And, I just like to imagine an American parent seeing, oh look, it's an animated movie from I'm gonna take my kids. And then they take them to see End of Evangelion, and then their children will be eternally traumatized. And it's going to be their fault. Then again, I don't think they let them in, you know. Oh yeah, no, see, I'm letting you know all this for a much smoother parasocial relationship. It's just what it is. Second thing that I really liked was Madoka Magica. I'm not saying the full name because I would get tongue-tied. That also made me cry for like a whole evening. Welcome to the NHK. Really good series, makes you reconsider rotting in your room, so to speak. And Bacano is just awesome. For the visual novel department, Umineko is, I think, one of the best pieces of literature written in the 21st century. And that's, I mean, the 21st century in terms of literature is somewhat dry in like the seminal works. And I think Umineko should just be considered one of them. It is longer than the Bible. It is 1 million words. I read all of it, and it never lost me. So I would consider that good. Secondly, The House in Fata Morgana. I do agree. Like, if you like one, you will like the other. It's also just very pretty, you know? It's got that gothic kind of style to it. Very nice to look at. Also, if you ever want to get into Umineko, don't buy the Steam version, for the love of God. Those sprites make me want to gouge my eyes out. And lastly, I like some of the Type Moon novels. They're not like the best thing to ever happen, but Fate is good. You know, Tsukihime is good. I liked Witch Hunt the Holy Night. It's all very nice. Now for video games, I think it's very obvious that I like all the Project Moon games. I think I've made a video. No, I haven't made a Ruina video. But all of them are very good. I started with LobCorp. It's still in my heart. It is a horrible video game. You know. Are there isekai visual novels? I just, like, most of them are like eroge, right? So that's why I avoid most of them. But I don't think I have seen like any classic isekai ones, unless you want to count Muv Love or something. Not sure on that one. Regardless, what was I saying? Yeah, Project Moon, very good. Limbus Company has been one of the reasons I'm you know, still kind of chugging along. Okay, that sounds really sad, but I just mean it's good. It's good. It's nice. I enjoy myself a good Toho game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. No, it's alright. But yeah, I haven't seen many isekai visual novels, and I'd like to keep it that way, honestly. But to get back on point, Toho is very good. I actually like the games. I know that makes me like one of 5 people who have ever played them. But yeah, I like just dodging bullets. It takes over my brain and I don't have to think about anything else. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077. Solid game. I'm not gonna be one of those people that say it's perfect when it really isn't, but it's good. It does have iffy aspects, but it's good. Monster Hunter has been also with me for a while. But I can't make a Monster Hunter World video because Maxor already did that, and, you know, come on. In the past, I've played a lot of roguelikes. A lot of them. I don't really play many anymore, but I can't discount it, you know. I played a lot of Nuclear Throne specifically. That one was very good. And unfortunately, I have been pulled into the chasms of gacha gaming, which is terrible. But at the same time, you know, Limbus Company is a gacha game, ultimately. Can't do anything about it. At this point, you know, the only chance for it to go bankrupt was back in Intervallo, the one with the crabs, I don't remember. I think it was the second Intervallo. But that didn't happen, so we're stuck with it. We're not getting Distortion Detective, I know. It's just what it is. I've also played, back in the day, I played a lot of FGO. So, You know, I'm just not well off in terms of my brain and emotional regulation. But I did play up until, I think, Atlantis on the English server. You know, it was somewhat enjoyable. Then I figured out that games can be good. Oh yeah, yeah. Southeast Asia, my favorite. Yeah, it is called that, though. Well. Anyway, let's move on. I'm staggering through this. In terms of music, we'll just talk about that real quick. Obviously, I'm a big Millie fan, and actually, as it turns out, Millie is what got me into Project Moon. Because, see, I would go on Millie music, I would listen to like Lemonade or Mushrooms or something, and I would see in the recommended, like Library of Ruina, I'd be like, what the fuck is Library of Ruina? What is this? And then I saw Library of Ruina, I had no idea what it was about, and then I saw Lobotomy Corporation, and you know, I thought, why is the game called that? That's stupid. And then I played it, and I've been obsessed ever since. It's crazy how the cookie crumbles, isn't it? I've been listening to Vocaloid since like 2012, maybe? I was that kid in elementary school. And in elementary school, when I was like 10, I had a presentation in front of the whole class about Hatsune Miku. So that's how you know I'm an OG. It was it was terrific. If I could go erase the memory, I would. But I presented, and some of my classmates were not very happy with me. But you know, they have trash taste. They don't know what they're on about. And Vocaloid very comparable to a good old Chopin. You know, I like myself some classical music and tea, and then I can work. That's how it goes. And if not classical, I blast my brain out with breakcore. Other than that, I listen to a lot of, well, you know, Toho Dojin music. That's why Katsuki Records is there. It kind of goes on in the background sometimes. I mean, everyone loves a good Doki Doki Waku Waku. What can you say, right? A legendary song that, I don't know why that one blew up. Probably because of the subject matter. People are weird. What can you do? And I also used to listen to a lot of rock and grunge back in the day, by which I mean like a few years ago. Yeah. See, no, like genuinely, I had a very divergent childhood from everyone else. Back when everyone was obsessed with, I don't know, Eminem, I was out there with Hatsune Miku, and if anyone remembers, back in the day, there was like a thing that was really popular. It was these, like plastic rubber bands. They were these tiny rubber bands, and you would put them, you would kind of weave them on a thing. I don't remember what it was called. You would weave them and you would make like things out of it, like little images, kind of like those dots that you spray with water, except it was rubber bands. And I made a little Miku. I was a little fruit, apparently. That is a bit fruity to do. But let's discard that for now. Let's see what epic transition we have. I'm ready for it now. Whoa. Okay. And now we talk about my goals, because those are very important. And I think that's the last slide. So let me talk about my goals, what I want to do on this channel, you know? Especially in case my frames don't get dropped. That would be very epic. I think it's because it's like, maybe my provider is throttling. Maybe they're throttling my Wi-Fi when it's dark, because they're like, they won't notice if it's dark. And I do notice. It makes me upset. I mean, like, with the model, do tell me if the movement is fluid or if it's genuinely horrifically bad. I can't tell. But in terms of the goals, that is very important. Number one, money. I love money. I need money. Give me money. I require currency. And see, this is, you know, this is important, because if I have money, I can do everything else. You know, the more money I have, the more I can entertain people, and the more I can make friends, which is the second part. You know, you can make friends with money. Everything in this life can be purchased, and that's why money is so important. You can purchase happiness, you can purchase friends, you can purchase health if you're American. You can purchase everything. and that's why it's at the top of the list. I'd like to make some friends here, you know, in the community. We can, like, I can do collabs. I've done collabs in the past. You want to know a funny thing? You know a funny thing about some of the collabs that I did? It was like a drawing one. I had no idea who those people were. I joined like a collab server, and it was like, hey, you want to collab? Yeah, so I had no clue who they were. I'm not saying anything bad about them, don't get me wrong. You know, it went fine. I have thought about getting rid of that video because there's a certain, you know, there's a certain controversial figure on the thumbnail, but I've decided to brave it out like a big boy. Anyway, so making actual friends I think would be a nice change. Oh yeah, I did see, well, obviously I saw the stream, because I live reacted to it. But yeah, Kim Ji-hoon's new favorite keyword is money and anime. That is true. So we really are alike. We're kind of the same person. We're both bipolar. We're both... That's where it ends. Regardless, let's move on to the next goal. And you know, I think your, like, knowing that you made it is determined if you have clippers. If I can have a clipper or something like that who clips my streams and makes horrible clickbait thumbnails where my an illustration of my model is on it and it's like I'm pregnant or something. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. If yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm just saying, like, that's how you know you made it. I was thinking about getting singing classes, right? Because I do enjoy singing, actually. It may not come off from my voice. I know I sound extremely dead inside, but I have been, throughout my life, kind of chipping away at it. And I do enjoy singing, to the point that I want to get actively better at it. And, you know, it's a basic, please... behave yourselves, okay? There is no Uyuu, no Gregnant, nothing of the sort. I was just making a point. And the point is not that I'm gonna get pregnant. It's not. But yes, singing classes could be a thing that I do in the future with the money that I get. See, that's why money is so important. Next, and this one is funny. You know, why not become the first renowned VTuber author? And this is where I do my plug. This is that's what this is about. You should buy my book. All right, hold up. Can I do the? No, I'm gonna mess it up. Wait. Oh yeah. Oh, now we're gaming. Look at this. We are now fully actively gaming. Do this. Buy my book. Buy my book. I am now conditioning you to buy my book. You will go to Amazon. Whatever country you're from, you will look up, and I quote, "A witch cries, so comes the end," and you will buy my book. What? No, don't do that. I crossed it over. Well, now you don't have to. You don't have to anymore. But if I was going to recommend you do something, it's to buy the book. Yeah. But yes, I did find the green marker, so now I feel complete. Right, next up, I did see recently that Face Connect, which is an agency for VTubers, as far as I'm aware, I think, they had like an interview with Heathcliff's voice actor, right? And, you know, I'm just saying, one of their members has been on the channel before. And technically, if I like somehow manage to, you know, achieve this, I can be like, hey, I'm a friend of the agency. What if you allowed me into an interview, and we did an interview with Cromer instead of Heathcliff, right? And then you know, things would move from there, I think, naturally. You know, I think things would just take a natural turn and this would happen. It's kind of the course of nature, as they say on the BBC. Now, another goal I have in mind, I didn't even mean to do that line, it's taking over me, man. It's like just speaking to me. But if I make a visual novel, that could be fun. I've been thinking about it for a long time. You know, it combines video games and reading. So, you know. She would rip out my spine and use it as a slingshot? Good. You know, good. She should. We're going to skip over this, because, like, we don't need this. We don't need this, we need this. You know, we need money. I'm getting carried away here. But we don't need this, we need this. Okay? And overall, what is the goal? What is the overall goal of this entire situation? Of me being a full, proper VTuber? You may be asking, you may be wondering. The answer is that I need to find something exciting, fun, that I enjoy doing. You know, fun, fulfilling, that's how it's spelled. So I don't have to take a shotgun and blow my brains out. Neither here nor there either. But there you go. There's my presentation. This is what you came here for, I think. And now, I don't know how to... I can control it. Oh, okay, it's off. It's off. It's off. Rest in peace, presentation. It's now gone forever. So I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I hope you enjoyed my fun presentation. Now there's nothing. Let me go back over to the set. Okay, I'm still here. Oh. Jesus, I almost... Did I blow your ears out by accident? I'm sorry if I did that. That was a mistake if I did. I'm really sorry. But yes, that was my presentation. It was very exciting. I'm sure everyone loved it. You know, my mouth is not moving. Wait, there we go. No, no. I'm sorry. I just needed to... Well, you know, it's what it is. Look into my eyes, and let's say, for now, goodbye. Thank you for coming. And I'm thinking, you know, I will be streaming soon. Something proper and nice. Potentially either the new mirror dungeon, because I haven't done it yet, or... Wow, that was big. Or I have a game lined up. Okay. So, yeah, that's the plan. I will now hide, because I'm afraid and nervous and scared. Alright. Thank you guys for coming to this presentation. Ooh, I was still there. And I will talk to you when I'm less stressed out and shit at my job. And hopefully when my Wi-Fi is better. Which is why I'm gonna have to cut this before I do my mirror dungeon. But yeah, thanks for coming, and I will now press the end broadcast button. So, goodbye.